Welcome back, everyone, to episode 27 of my Final Fantasy VI extended look / complete playthrough. So one of the things that's going to start happening more and more as I get later into the game here is there is going to be a little bit of me farming off camera for items or experience or AP, just to keep the game playing smoothly and not having to stop in mid-episode to go farm for XP if my party's kind of under-leveled, or picking up equipment that I know that we need and may be a little bit time-consuming and maybe not that terribly entertaining in order to get. To that end, there was some farming that I had to do off-camera in order to get to a point where we could get what may end up being the best armor sets for everyone in the game, or at least a huge portion of the party. So what I did was, in between episodes, I went back to the auction house, or not the auction house, the big mansion in Jidoor, and I went into the dark back area of that little dungeon, mini dungeon that you had to go through in order to get to Realm. There are some enemies back there. I actually made use of Go-Go here that carry animal suits. The animal suits are only equipable by Realm and Strago. Realm and Strago already have the two best suits that they can get in the entire game, the behemoth suits, which they got two of, and we got those in the cave on the Veldt. So we didn't actually need to get those for Realm and Strago. The reason that we got those suits is if you farm enough of them up to Nutkin suits, and Nutkin suits technically you can only get by stealing from Rafflesias, those plants that we had to kill in order to teach Gal the rage that allows him to do Entice. In this case, the Nutkin suits, you can actually go to the Coliseum with any other suit that you acquire in the game, and you can go through a series of battles to upgrade the suit that you have in order to get a better suit, up to the point where we're at now, where we have 5 Nutkin suits. The Nutkin suits can actually be gambled at the Coliseum for Genji Armor. And Genji Armor is one of the best suits that about 7 of our characters can use in the game. Now, it turns out there are 2 suits that are even better for the 2 female characters that can wear Genji Armor, namely Terra and Celeste. Both of those characters can get Minerva bustiers, although those are very difficult to come by. For the time being, we have enough Nutkin suits to provide everyone who would be in the current party with Genji Armor. So what we're going to do is we're going to spend a little bit of time at the Coliseum at the beginning of the episode trying to get as many Genji Armor suits as we can. Then we're going to try to gamble for snow scarves. The behemoth suits are only equipable by Strago and Realm. Realm is in the party and she already has one equipped. Strago would get one of these as well. That would leave us with 2 additional behemoth suits. If you bet a behemoth suit, you can get a snow scarf. The snow scarf is the best armor for Gal, Mog, and Umaro. We would probably have Gal in some of our parties for certain at the end game. We would also have Mog in some of our parties at the end game. So having at least 2 of those would be good. Umaro, I guess it depends on whether or not we take any of his developments seriously. He doesn't actually gain any magic spells. You can't control him in fights. It's not a bad idea to upgrade him a little bit with some better equipment if you're forced to use him, but I don't know if that's ever going to be the case. It actually, as silly as this is going to sound, comes down to whether or not you want to use Setzer or Umaro more. And Setzer kind of sucks. I haven't been very shy about that during this playthrough. I don't like that character. I think he was probably handled pretty poorly. They made him more of an instant death dealing character, but we already have a character who can do that, Shadow. And in fact, we're going to be using Shadow to do most of the fighting because he has an instant death weapon equipped and he has high evasion. Those 2 things make it a very good choice to put him in the Coliseum for fighting. We also have 2 Murasames. One of those I picked up on the floating continent, and one of those I stole from a behemoth king while I was farming for the behemoth suits. So we have 2 weapons that we can give to Cyan, who, as part of an end game build, is going to end up becoming our dual wielding death dealer, basically, because he's going to have 2 swords, and we're going to make it so that he can equip the Master Scroll, which allows you to hit enemies 4 times. However, if you have 2 weapons equipped by the Genji Glove, you actually hit enemies 8 times. So instead of having to use his highest level Bushido attack, which takes forever to build to, we could just make him hit enemies 8 times right off the bat. Just hit attack, and he hits enemies 8 times. We're going to upgrade this sword because we can turn it into a Masamune, and from there you can turn 2 Masamunes into 2 Murakumos. We may be able to get all this done in this episode. We may only get a little bit of it done in this episode. Hopefully it's not a huge waste of time where I'm just fighting and losing repeatedly and having to save scum, basically, to keep from losing important equipment in battles that we can't win. I don't think that's going to be the case, but we will go ahead and save, and I'm probably going to save right outside of the fight itself. And we are going to use Shadow, as I said before, for most of these fights because he is equipped in a way that should make it very hard for him to get hit. Basically, I gave him Dragoon Boots and Hermes Sandals. The Dragoon Boots will allow him to jump in the air so that he can't be hit by anything. He has the highest evasion of any character in the game without any additional equipment, and the Hermes Sandals will make him even faster. He'll get more turns out than the enemy, hopefully. So let's go ahead and do a quick save using my Retron. And doing save state 1. And let's get us some Genji Armor. This is actually not a difficult enemy to fight, but he does do some attacks that may hurt if they do hit, namely Landslide. He also does Avalanche. We may be able to cheese the system if I can equip him with some Angel Wings if it's that bad. We'll see. He needs to get off the ground. There's Avalanche. I think both of these go under you if you're flying, but I'm not 100% certain on that. Oh, it's over. That easy. No, he has protection. I might have to re-equip him with something else. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and restart because he's just going to keep reviving. And that is why I did a quick save. Alright, so first things first, let's give him something else. We'll do a Man-Eater. It is significantly weaker, but he is still going to be able to deal some serious damage. I'm also going to switch out with Gaia Gear, which absorbs earth damage. So when he does his landslide, I take no damage at all. The Avalanche, I don't think I have an ice shield or anything else, but this might help. That might help. I guess we'll find out. And then relics. I'll leave it as is. If I'm still getting hammered by his attacks, we may end up just swapping out the boots, or the Hermes sandals, with a pair of angel wings, so he's flying. The biggest problem with the Coliseum mode, of course, is the fact that you have no control over what happens. You're at the mercy of whatever the game decides to do with each turn, and it will choose whatever you have available. Oh, perfect. 1 set down, 4 to go. If you have a bunch of status debuff or buff spells, what'll happen is the game will give your character access to those as part of their ability set. So I had a couple of times while I was grinding the animal suits where I was using Shadow and he kept casting Libra, which does nothing. It doesn't help me in any way. So that was a little annoying, but you know, it's one of those things that you just have to accept when you're doing this, is occasionally the character is going to do dumb things. Alright, next set. Let's go ahead and do another Nutkin suit. Shadow, get to it. The Aspidoshalon, I'm not sure how you say that. He doesn't have a very huge pool of health, so it's not going to take very long to kill him as long as Shadow stays on task. He has 3,200 hit points. That may have just killed him. Yep. So they made it really easy to get Genji armor as long as you have the animal suits. Getting the animal suits was a much more difficult task because I had to use Gogo, who does not have the same speed stat as Locke, and I believe speed affects your success rate with theft. So we had to go into battles, and I did use Realm a little bit to help out because she can control enemies, and once enemies are under her control, they do not attack unless you tell them to. So it made it a little bit easier when we were fighting just one enemy to basically turn them on themselves and then steal until we got the item. Alright, so 2 down, 3 to go. I'm going to go ahead and save state again. Another Nutkin suit, another fight with Shadow, and just let the game play out. That should do nothing. He should just absorb it. Yep. There we go. Fight's over. This will be a lot easier with the Dragon Horn, but unfortunately the Dragon Horn is extremely difficult to get in this fight. He didn't do much damage on that hit. That's alright. He didn't do any damage on his hit. Sorry, Aspid, Oshalon, Docalin. You're an idiot. He tried to steal health. Or was that, that doesn't matter. Whatever. Fight's over. Alright, 3rd set acquired. We actually already have 1 set equipped to Setzer. Yeah, Setzer has it. So now we have 4 sets. We can get 6 in total right now. Again, one of our characters, or 2 of our characters that can actually equip Genji Armor have better options, which we don't have access to just yet. But we can give everyone else who can wear the, I believe it's light armor. Everyone else who can wear light armor can get this equipment right now, and that'll definitely beef up their defenses. All right, let's save one more time. And I believe you come into each fight with full health, no matter who you use, so you shouldn't have to heal. Yeah, see, he got his health back just to start the fight. I do like that the enemy's already bleeding health, and he probably just died. Oh, Interceptor, come on, buddy. You got him so close. And dead. 4th set down, or 5th. However you want to count it. And 1 more Nutkin suit. Go ahead and save again. Oh, with pleasure. There we go. Yeah, see, there he goes. You dummy. The good news is they disabled Shadow's ability to throw, and I think the reason for that is if you went into the fight with his full suite of abilities to throw, he would basically take anything in the inventory that wasn't already equipped to a character and throw it. And you would end up losing a lot of valuable items if that happened. So they disabled that functionality for Shadow for the Coliseum. Unfortunately, what they did not disable, and I'll never understand why this was an option, any character that has a suicide ability can use it in the Coliseum. Sabin has one as one of his blitzes, where he will sacrifice his own life to heal his teammates. He can and will use it in the Coliseum and get absolutely nothing to show for it because he's fighting alone. Strago and Gal can both use the suicide bomb attack, self-destruct, that you learn from the bomb characters and kill themselves. They're less likely to use it than Sabin using his suicide attack, but it can still happen. No, we're not going to sort yet. Alright, so we've gotten all of the equipment, the Genji Armor, that people can equip. I don't think Shadow can use it. He can. Okay. Let's go ahead and put that on right now. We're going to save real quick. Save state. We're making good progress. I was worried that we would end up getting caught in a loop fighting a certain enemy over and over and not getting any progress. Let's go ahead and do a behemoth. This is going to be difficult. The outsiders do a ton of damage, and I don't know if this one has a single hit instant kill attack, but we'll find out. Oh yes, Interceptor, get him! You dummy. Why did you cast Raise? And you just took a big hit. Well, he might be in trouble. Now, Genji Armor helped out quite a bit there. Oh no! Ooh! Jump, man. Oh, it's over. Whew. Alright, the Snow Scarf, again, best piece of armor that you can get for Gal, Mog, and Umaro, so that's why you want to get those. We're going to gamble one more, so that we have at least one set for 2 of the 3 people who can use it. And then we'll leave the last behemoth suit so that Strago has something he can wear when he's in the party. Go ahead and save one more time. There's many, many other items that we would be able to gamble for right now if we wanted to. However, some of them are very difficult without some extensive leveling or very specific character builds. We'll worry about those at a later time. We just want to get the easy, high-quality armor sets. Why did he do this a second time? You're such a dummy. It's following the exact same script as what we just went through. Well, hopefully that means he's going to jump again and get a nice big hit. Jump. Yes! Oh, he got a big hit back. Block. Jump. It's over. Very good. 2 Snow Scarves. Very, very good. This has been a very productive series of fights. I think we can swap back to Ichigeki. So we want to trade the Murasames for the Masamunes, if we can do that. Let's see. I just want to see who we're fighting and if we need to change some equipment. I don't think I've kept this a secret as we've been going through the series here. I have been consulting some guide information just to make sure that we're hitting all the good stuff and not missing anything. Okay, so yeah, this fight we should be able to do just fine with Shadow as he is built. So we're going to trade in the 2 Murasames we got for 2 Masamunes, which are significant upgrades for Cyan. We might be able to trade those in for Murakumos. I think it depends on who we have to fight as a result of trying to trade them. Alright, Shadow, go for it. This enemy only has 4,700 hit points, but he can hit very hard with that uppercut. We're gonna have to hit him a couple times to kill him. Oh no! We might not be able to kill him. I need some more of those. Dead. Oh, good block. Yes, Interceptor. Thank you, buddy. It's over. And that is why Shadow's the best. Alright, so one of the things that we could do here, I think, to help out, let's swap out the Hermes sandals with... oh, who has prayer beads? He does. Alright, so just anything, I don't care. Give Shadow the prayer beads, which will increase his evasion. The uppercut attack does roll his evasion stat. Also, I think we can get rid of the force shield and give him a better shield. That's all we got. That's all we got. So 58% evasion is not perfect, but it is very high, and that should help him win the next one. Alright, so... Save. Go ahead and hit the fight. Trade this. I'm going to be bummed if I lose one. I want to make it all the way through these without losing a fight. Good block. Even better choice here, so you get a chance to jump. Nice. One of the things that I've never been a big proponent of, but I know I should be, is using status debuffs when the enemy has a specific weakness to it. Sometimes it does really help out. We beat the Ice Dragon by exploiting his weakness to Berserk. Once we use Berserk on him, no more Absolute Zero, no more Northern Cross or whatever that spell was. None of those ice-based spells were in his arsenal anymore. We took them away, and it made it a much easier fight. Oh, come on, buddy. Jump, 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 jump. No, no spells. Certainly not stuff like Asuna. You're not debuffed, you idiot. Jump! Get in the air! Oh, God. Unfortunately, the only way to avoid this kind of crap happening is literally to just not teach your characters spells. Or, alternatively, you can put Go-Go in the arena, and you actually have control over exactly what he can do. If all you want him to do is blitzes, as insane as that is, you can just give him blitz and he'll do those. Oh man, Shadow, I need you to jump, buddy. Jump! Jump in the air with your legs, you're an idiot. And he's using a spell he doesn't need to use. He's gonna get uppercut again. Oh, jump, buddy. Jump. Jump in the air. There you go. It's over. That's got to be it. Yay! All right, we have 2 Masamunes. Now I have to resort the inventory a bit just to get those back up top. There they are. And you can trade the Masamunes again for a Murakumo. We have to fight it in a Gorgi Mera. I don't know what that is off the top of my head. Just gotta put them right there. We'll give it a shot. And if we kind of get rocked, we may just leave the Masamunes as is. They're both upgrades from the best weapon that Cyan already had access to, which was the Muramasa, the one sword he had. But he also had the Kiku Ichimonji, which was the blade that could do the Wind Slash, which is a pretty good weapon, but it's not as strong in the world of Ruin. Alright, so this could be a trap fight, because these guys usually use elemental magic. Let me see what we are facing. He's going to use fire and arrow, so this could be problematic. He has 7,100 hit points. We'll see if I can get him. Jump! Jump, Shadow! No, you doofus! No magic for you. Jump in the air. Use your legs. Oh, God, he's going to keep using Thundara. You deserve that hit. This may kill him. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was brutal. All right, so let's load state. And see what we can give him to make him a little bit more stout against fire. Does he have a fire shield? He has a force shield. That may help. I don't think there's anything there he can put on that'll help. Alright, so we'll try this one more time. If he can't win, we're just going to leave the Masamunes as is and proceed with what we were going to do this episode, which is trying to get Cyan back in the party. So this is meant directly to help Cyan. And if we can't do this, then we just have to come back at a time when we actually have a fire shield or something that'll block against avalanche. Obviously, I could have put on angel wings to avoid this, but whatever. Thank you, buddy. The key thing, and the thing I wanted to do more than anything else at the beginning of this episode, was get some really good armor for a bunch of our characters right off the bat. And we accomplished that. We got a whole mess of Genji armor, and we also got 2 snow scarves. So our sillier characters, Gal and Mog, both have really good armor now. Oh, go. Ah, dang it. I was hoping the dog ran in. This could be a problem. That's going to take most of his life away. Oh, it didn't. I think that might have been a result of the force shield. Thank you for slowing him down. Now you need to jump in the air with your legs. Jump down on him hard. Well, that'll still take damage off, whatever. There we go, buddy. Sweet. So we got 1 Murakumo. We'll save and we'll try 1 more. I think that went pretty good, but mainly because he didn't use Flare Star. If he did, that probably would have killed my shadow in 1 hit. Uh-oh. Well, we're about to find out if Force Shield is worth anything against this. And... kind of. But if he gets hit again, it's over. It's over. It's highly dependent on him not using Flare Star at any point. Oh. That's right. Arrow does like 97.5% damage. He's dead. It's over. In fact, we'll just go ahead and load state. Alright. What we could do... Relics. Swap prayer beads, which are not going to help him here, for angel wings. So that avalanche attack, in theory, should not hit him. Where are they? There they are. Nope, that's not it. There we go. Alright. Last try, and then we will move on with the game. We would ideally come back with a fire shield and something that can protect against wind, and I'm not sure what that would be. Probably a Minerva Bustier would make this a very easy fight. So we'd have to use Terra or Celeste in order to do the fighting here. But Shadow's capable, as long as he does that. If he had a Dragon Horn, that would make it an even easier 1-hit kill, because he'd come back down 2 or 3 times. Oh, man. Every time he does that, it's going to end the fight. Heal yourself. That's not going to do enough to stop him from using it again. Nah. Do that 97% hit. Jump! Thank you! And I think when arrow connects, it also causes him to bleed. So he might just start losing hit points while he's down on the ground. That's over now. Whatever. Alright. That's fine. We made an incredible amount of progress here. In fact, we can equip everyone here with Genji Armor now, I think. Except maybe, yeah, so she won't be able to. Alright, so let's go ahead and proceed to what we were going to do for this particular episode. We're going to hop into the airship and head to Zozo, because we wanted to go to the mountain portion of it where Cyan is holed up. So I head right here. Oh crap, there was one other thing I wanted to do. That's alright, we can fix that real quick. Hop in. Save. Well, not save, but run downstairs. We're going to change out the party real quick. as much as I love Shadow, and I've made no bones about it, he is one of my favorite characters in the game, just for his raw evasion stat. We're going to swap him for Go-Go. The reason for Go-Go, even though he's a really high level and he can't benefit terribly from any kind of experience points, I mean, his stats are pretty awful. He does have the ability to steal, and we need that right now. I'm gonna go with... I think we're gonna go with Realm here. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so we want to go downstairs real quick and unequip and re-equip everyone. And we'll go ahead and equip the whole party. Good to go. Yes, Go-Go can use rods for some reason. I don't know why they decided that, but that is what he can equip. We're going to put the prayer beads back on... where were they? All the way at the bottom. Yep. So, Realm has the Memento Ring and the fake mustache. Again, the Memento Ring prevents instant death, petrification, and zombie, which are all kind of one-hit KOs, and only she and Shadow can put that on. The fake mustache allows her to control enemies, which is a very good way to take an enemy out of the fight, because they won't actually be able to undo the control even taking hits. And as far as Go-Go, I think the important part here is just to keep his usefulness at a high. We're going to do Thief's Bracer so that he can steal. And we're going to give him a Brigand's Glove so that he can actually hit the enemy when he steals from them. The Holy Rod, the nice thing about that is if it actually connects with the enemy, it will potentially cast Holy, which is a very potent magic attack at this point in the game. Alright, she's still learning. He's almost done. And Valiger Monda's probably nowhere near finished. Oh yeah, long way to go. But Realm would benefit more than anyone else from knowing that spell right now, because I believe her magic, if it's not the highest, it's really high. And we've checked this in the previous episode, 52 to 46. So she's already a juggernaut with magic. So giving her high-end spells is very useful. Now, Terra has the benefit if she goes into trance mode, she actually does, I think it's double damage for all of her hits, including magic, so she probably can still out-damage Realm right now, but once you start getting to the point where everyone can do, you know, really high-end damage in the 9,999 range, Trance loses some of its specialness. And Realm would probably still be better off at that point over Terra, because she's still going to have more damage potential. Alright, so let's go ahead and save. And head on in. One of the things we got to do right off the bat is we got to find a person who's selling an item, and they may be right at the front. Alright, so I went up this building we're right next to. No, looking for someone in particular. It might be that guy right there. There's a character that's selling an item we need called Rustrid. Alright, we'll go ahead and mug. These are all low-level enemies, so they're going to be quick kills. We don't need to strategize to kill any of these guys. Well, I do believe there is a pretty high concentration of humanoid enemies here. So both Setzer and Realm are going to benefit from the fact that they are equipped with man-eaters. He just learned Modeling, right? Yep. Let's see what he can learn fast. Looks like all the super fast learning ones are done already. He may just move into stuff that doesn't learn. He doesn't learn it quickly. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't have Setzer in my party for his magical prowess. for which he has very little. Nope, he's not talking. Alright, so let's go this way, because this is where the bird looked like it flew. This may or may not be the right way. We'll find out once we get to the top, I guess. Thank you. I think this is the way. One of these two doors is rusted shut, so if we can't get in yet, we have to go back down and find the person who's selling the item. Rust rid. Alright, so it's not here, and I think the other door is the one that's rusty. Yep, we gotta go back down. Shoot! Oh, I figured it was over. Now it's over. I think the person who has rust rid is literally on the ground out here. We just have to find where. Might be this guy. Nope. Good news is, because we're so high a level compared to the enemies here, we're getting more preemptive attacks because we're much, much faster than they are. Well, we've already done this. We don't need to do it. Just whatever. Oh, is this it? No, come back. If you climb to the top of the building with the pub sign, you'll find a path leading to Mount Zozo. Monsters up there are quick. If you go, you'd better have a way of making sure you'll be able to hit them. Like one of those, you know, sniper whatchamacallits. This rush raid will let you open that door up there. Yours for 1,000 gil. How about it? Yep. Alright, that's what we needed. Kind of annoying he was nowhere to be found before I went in the building, and then he came out after we left. We'll just attack. Mug, attack, attack. I think it was the harvesters that had the dragoon boots, so we have another chance to steal an extra pair. Nope, silver spectacles. And he stole money! I think we get it all back. Oh yeah, there you go. They definitely don't carry 5,000 gil when you come here the first time. That only works if you kill them. If they escape, they get to keep whatever they took from you. But he's hitting as he jumps on them, so I think we're fine. Okay, let's go up. I took like 3 steps. Let's see what she has. I just want to keep stealing from him. What you got? Boo. Unfortunately, I don't know if the sniper... I gave him sniper, right? What did I give you? Oh, no. I gave you brigand's glove and thief's bracer. So I don't know if the sniper scope actually, or whatever it is, makes it so he has a 100% chance of hitting enemies. Unfortunately, in the next area, we are going to start running into enemies that are hard to hit. Let's do... No, he can't do magic. Okay. I don't recall Mount Zozo being a huge map area, so we shouldn't have too much trouble getting through it in 20 minutes here. So we'll find out if we start getting into lots of fights or struggling to kill enemies. Let's go down first and get that chest. Uh-oh. Mug. I try to control him. Oh, yes! Bonus holy hit. Gotcha. I think we just woke him back up. So we'll find out when I can't take a turn. Yeah, he woke back up, but he's also dead. See where we are on magic. Oh, she learned the two she was trying to learn there. I think that's good for her to learn. Let's go ahead and give that to her. Because that's, yeah, 3/4 of the enemy's health if it hits. Quake always does tons of damage when you use it, and Tornado, I think, does a ton of damage if it hits. But it hits everybody on the field. So if you have equipment that blocks wind damage, this would be okay to use, otherwise it's pretty dangerous. And you're probably a long way to go. Yeah, a long way. Same here. And unfortunately for Gogo, he can't learn spells, but he can mimic any spells that your current party has learned already. Ooh. Alright, let's see who needs the defense. It would be Gogo. And having it equipped also allows you to learn Blizzaga, I think. Blizzaga? Because we'll find out. Let me swap off. Well, no, yeah, we'll do it that way. Sort. Go find the shields. Okay, so that's not correct. It says the shield containing the power of Blizzaga, but you can only learn Blizzara according to the status page here. That was a dumb choice on their part. Whatever. He can't learn any spells, period. If we put it on someone who didn't already know Blizzara, they'd learn it pretty quick. And I don't think it multiplies with a character that already teaches you that. So I don't think if you had, say, Shiva on, you wouldn't get a bonus to your learn speed. I think it's 1 or nothing. Let's go ahead and blitz him. Oh, I botched. Alright, let's defend until we get a chance to uppercut him. Defend. Defend. Oh, crap. They don't tell you what they are. Just do this. Aha. Mug him. Make him uppercut himself again. Now just wait until Roma gets a turn. Uppercut yourself. Oh, he missed. His evasion ability is so good, he missed his own uppercut against himself. Dead. The good news is blitzes have a 100% rate of connecting as long as you actually do the input correctly, so he's very useful here if you need extra help getting a hit. Now, Red Cap, which I don't think we had one of yet, increases your hit points by 25%. So whoever needs it the most. It also adds, oh, look at all those other stats. Strength, speed, and stamina. So look at his health now. It's a nice little buff to his health pool. One of the 8 dragons that we have to fight in order to get to the dragon's den is down here as well. Should we all try? Oh, yes! The muscle belt is incredible. If you like doing raw physical damage, that is a very good item to pick up. Let's try one of these other moves. It's just another uppercut. Well, it worked. Dead? Dead. And if I miss something down here, we can always come back later. Thunder Shield, very nice. She already has one. Diamond, Mithril. And she could use one. Yep, very good. I think it's the same with all the elemental shields. They say they teach you the 3rd level spells, and they actually only teach you the 2nd level. A little oversight on their part. Oh, I think if you try to steal from Mugbear, he steals whatever you steal back. So let's try it. I missed? Oh. Well, let's just control him. Make it a little bit easier. No! Attack. I have to actually start using some magic spells since I'm having a hard time hitting guys. Alright. Well, he's human, so Bio should do the trick. See ya! Oh, you dick. I want to see what he has. So we're going to block until I can get a steal. Come on, steal. Nope. I don't think he can attack as long as he's under control. Nope. It's maybe one of those times where I just turn off the, or take off the Brigand's Glove to facilitate just straight trying to steal instead of trying to hit at the same time. Yeah, let's just kill him. We'll keep trying to hit and use a blitz to do the damage. There we go, that should do it. Now the question could rightfully be asked, if blitzes are so good at hitting enemies here, why didn't we take Sabin? And the answer is Gogo can be Sabin for us. And 4,000 damage is not that much less than, say, what he was doing before, 5,000. So we're not losing out much. Oh! That uppercut does big damage if it hits you. Alright, we're gonna block for now. Did we already get the item we had? The answer is... I don't know. Quit hitting yourself. Wow. Uh-oh. Oh no! Here, heal the little girl. I stole high potion. Not worth it. Boo! See ya. And we'll make Setzer be the heal mule here. Oh yes, that is a very good shield. We got a ton of good shields down here, and everyone has a good one already equipped. I suppose he could benefit from the Aegis shield. Repels magic attacks, good. And we'll go ahead and give Thunder Shield to, or Ice Shield rather, to Setzer. Alright, so we're not the highest level in the world, but if we do find the Storm Dragon here, we should be alright. I don't know which one to do. Alright, let's go to the other one first. Mug him. Ah, crap, couldn't steal. Oh no! Oh, phew. If he ran off with that, I would have been really annoyed. Now you get 2,000 bucks for killing him. Ooh, very nice. Alright, so the golden hairpin, which we had the option of taking when we first found Mog, if you equip it, it reduces the cost of all your spells by 25%. Let's see what she had. I really don't want to take those off of Realm. I think we'll just give it to Terra. There it is. Oh, halves the cost. Excuse me. That makes it even better. There's really only one other thing we're missing, I think. Besides the fight against the dragon, that is. I think there's one item here that we want to get. Alright, let's... Oh, no, I hate doing that. I hate it. It's too dangerous. Oh boy. Let's do a fire spell. And we're gonna mimic that. Not very effectively. Let's try a thunder spell. See if that does any better. And mimic that. It's over. I kind of want to get in a fight with one Punisher or get the fight down to one Punisher and then take control of him so that we can try to steal an item from him, because they carry bone clubs, which is one of the only items that you can equip to Umaru as part of his equipment. How much are we going to use it? Probably not much at all. Oh, excuse me. I thought this boosted your damage. It boosts your hit points. Yeah, let's go ahead and give that to him. I like that. I like the idea of that. Make Setzer heal everyone. Okay. I think before we go in here, since the Punishers are outside, let's see if we can get in a fight with one and steal the bone club from him. I'm going to focus on killing this one. And controlling that one. Okay, so don't poison the guy on bottom. Ah, you idiots. But we can poison the guy on top just fine. Can I death this guy? He's human. That usually means they're susceptible to that kind of stuff. Nope. Alright, well, let's try stealing from this guy now that he's distracted. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Haha. I got the rising sun from him, though, so that's nice. Try Blizzard on him? I don't know. Yeah, did alright. We'll mimic that so that we can get a hit in. He's going to Blizzard the guy in the back. Bio worked pretty well before. Let's go ahead and hit him again with that. No Bone Club. He gave us a different weapon. And we're going to use some more healing magic. Alright, everyone's good. Well, we can always come back later if I want a Bone Club that bad. I also think there is a way to get it through trades in the Coliseum, but obviously it's easier to just get it here if you can steal it. Precious health! I needed that bad. And we'll take the opportunity to save real quick. I don't think there's much else to the dungeon. I think we're pretty much done. See if I can steal another muscle belt from him. Hey! I want you to punch yourself in the face. We'll wait until I can take a turn. Uppercut. Attack. Attack. Oh, he missed. Dummy. Alright, so there is the boss for this area. And there's the fight for the boss. This enemy has one thing that we can do to debuff him. I don't even know if we have the ability to do it. Let's see. Oh, she doesn't. Alright, and this is incredibly counterintuitive, but apparently this enemy is weak to thunder, even though it is a quote-unquote storm dragon. Alright, you're going to be the healer for this fight. You need to go into trance mode, and you need to try to... Well, no, there's nothing to steal, so don't do that again. Stick to doing that thing. Magic. Thunder. Thunder. Ooh, big hit. I think I just botched the... No, I got it. Alright, let's do another one of those. You're hitting real good. I like that. Heal everyone up, please, Setzer. This enemy doesn't have the biggest health pool in the world, but it does have some very devastating spells. Like that one right there. We might need to just heal real quick. Oh yeah, look at that. Eesh. And thunder. Not quite yet. You can help out a little, Setzer. A very little. Oh, it's so brutal. Why aren't you dead? Uh-oh. Oh, that might have killed someone. Nope. We're alright. Come on, is it over? It's over. And our reward for this fight is a suit of force armor, if I'm not mistaken. Force armor has very nice utilities, just like the shield. It halves the damage that you receive from magic, and I think if you put both force armor and force shield on, magic is nullified. Doesn't do any damage. I might be wrong about that. How useful is it in fights where you can get hit by physical enemies? Very little. In, say, the Cultist Tower, it's incredibly useful. Unfortunately, I don't think there's 4 sets of force armor in the game, so I might have to split up the suits that I do have. Alright, so let's save. And what time am I at? The 1 hour mark. I don't think the conversation that we're going to have up ahead is terribly long, so let's just go ahead and finish it, and then we'll call it an episode. Steal. Haha. Control him so he can't fight back. And I don't know. Let's, poison him. It's over. Easy fight. Come on. The best part of control isn't even the abilities that you get from using it, it's the fact that you take the enemy out of the fight. Kind of like Entice. I hadn't fought these guys yet. I have no idea what to use here. We'll try Blizzard. If that doesn't work, we'll try Fire. And depending on how much the fire does, we may mimic that. Ice worked. And fire did, wow, big damage. Should have used fire all along. Getting a ton of money from these fights, too. I like that. Alright, I think Terra's gonna be doing these lines here. These flowers are made of silk, quite beautifully, too. Dear Lola, I am writing to beg for your forgiveness. I am guilty of perpetuating a terrible lie. I have only now realized the error of my ways, and taken up this quill in hopes of correcting a great wrong. Too many rolling R's. Your boyfriend, who you believe to be in Mobley's, passed away some time ago. I have been writing to you in his stead. We humans have a tendency to become trapped in the past and refuse to move on. I implore you not to let this happen. Now is a time for you to look forward and rediscover the love and all of the other joys of life. Cyan. I'm still not convinced who's here, guys. It's locked. Silly. Hey, look who it is. Surprise. Memories of the world before the fall remain, but the light of dawn doth never change, nor error whatever the rest of it was, because the game skipped it. Cyan. Thou art alive? Cyan. I shall go with thee. We must not abandon the world to Kefka. But however did thou find me? What? Wait. Tell me thou did not read my letters. Uh-oh. Oh, he's embarrassed. Oh, God. Gotta get these hidden. Look up, buddy. How'd you get them up there in the first place? These are... they're, sort of a minor diversion of mine. You were catfishing a lady, dude. That's not cool. Cyan, these flowers are gorgeous. Oh, must thou embarrass me so? Dost thou truly think so? Laugh, 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 laugh. I wondered what had become of that poor girl, always waiting for word of her beloved. I decided to pay a visit to Miranda. I learned that she had long since stopped receiving replies, but still sent a letter each day. I could not bear to stand by and do nothing. You wanted to have sex with her, dude. Just say it. As I wrote to that girl, I began to realize I was no different from her. I was refusing to move on. I could not let go. I will no longer live in the past. We must all look to the future now! It's probably for the best that it was Terra that he talked to about this, because I don't know if it lands the same way if it's a dude. I don't know if there's a key anywhere here you can find. I think all that's in there is books. Oh. I spoke too soon. There we go. Alright. What are these? Machinery for dunces? A pictorial guide to machines? Everything about machines. Machines for the mechanically disinclined, and Bushido in the bedroom? Uh-oh. Alright, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and stop right here. Technically, I could use a teleport stone to get out of the Mount Zozo area and go back to the main map, which we'll probably end up doing, or I may end up doing at the outset of the next episode, rather. But I do want to see if I can get a bone club from one of those Punishers, which may take a little bit of additional grindy stuff where I control one enemy and then just spend an entire fight trying to steal it. It is a rare drop, obviously, because we got the Rising Sun from the enemy, and I guarantee you that is not the rare drop. It is going to be the Bone Club, which is a harder item to get in the game. But I'll spend some time doing that off camera. When we come back in the next episode, I think we're basically all together again. So we kind of have a couple of different... Oh, we're missing one person. My mistake. We still have to save Locke. Locke is the only person who's not back in the party. So what we can do is, at the beginning of the next episode, we can go ahead and head to the mountain ranges that are shaped like a star, go inside. The Phoenix Cave, which is where we're going to be going, is a two-party cave, which means we have to split up into two different groups. And I believe that area you have to have good fire defense in. So we might need to see if there's another way to get some fire shields before we go in there, or just roll with what we have and hope for the best. It is a very large area. We may not be able to finish it one episode, so that may be one where we split it up into two different ones. But that's ostensibly where we have to go next, because that is the last of the party members that we don't have with our group yet. So that is what we'll do in the next one. That's going to do it for episode 27 of my Final Fantasy VI extended look / complete playthrough. As always, I do appreciate each of you watching, and I will see you next time.